All right, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into super patches.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard about these?
I have heard of super patches, yeah.
Yeah, so they're like these wearable tech things that claim to boost like all kinds of things in your life, like your sleep to how well you do at sports, and like all without supplements or drugs or anything like that.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be looking at a couple of their videos from their YouTube channel and a blog post that they have about their REM Super Patch, which is supposed to help you sleep better.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm curious to kind of like pick this apart and see if the science really holds up.
Yeah, let's dive in.
Yeah. So what are super patches and like how do they supposedly even work?
Well, according to the company,
Okay.
our bodies, they run on these things called neural codes.
Neural codes. Okay.
Yeah, and these neural codes are like little brainwave signals that control everything we do, think, and feel.
Okay.
And the problem is that stress, bad habits, even our genes can disrupt these codes.
Okay. So like it's like a disruption.
Yeah.
And then that causes problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like if you think about a symphony orchestra,
Okay.
each instrument represents a different neural pathway.
Oh, okay.
And when everything's in sync, the music's beautiful, it's harmonious. But if even one instrument is out of tune or playing the wrong notes, the whole symphony suffers.
I like that analogy a lot.
Yeah.
So where did the patches come in?
Well, the patches claim to use something called vibro-tactile technology to get those codes back in harmony.
Vibro-tactile technology.
Yeah. So each patch, it has like a unique pattern of ridges on it,
Okay.
kind of like a QR code, but for your brain.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're saying like a sticky patch can talk to my brain.
Essentially, yes.
Really?
So you stick it on your skin. Those ridges, they stimulate sensors.
Okay.
And those sensors send signals to your brain.
Interesting.
Almost like a little nudge to say, hey, let's get this code back on track.
Wow. Okay.
And they even say that the effects are almost immediate.
Oh, wow. Okay. So is there science to support this?
Well, the idea of stimulating skin sensors to influence the brain isn't actually a new thing.
Oh, okay.
There's a growing amount of research in this,
Interesting.
especially with pain management and even treating some neurological conditions.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible.
It's not totally out there,
Okay.
but we need to look at the specific evidence that they have to support these claims.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And so they have a patch specifically for sleep, right?
Yes. The REM Super Patch.
The REM Super Patch.
Yes.
Okay. And in the blog post, they talk about this thing called the hypothalamic cortical network.
Yeah.
And that this patch works with that network.
Exactly.
Okay. So can we like break that down?
Sure.
What is the hypothalamic cortical network?
Okay, so think of it as the conductor of your sleep orchestra.
Okay. The conductor.
Yeah, so it regulates your sleep-wake cycles, making sure that you feel tired at night and alert during the day.
So it keeps everything in sync.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And it makes sure that the timing is right.
Gotcha.
So the REM Super Patch
Yeah.
supposedly stimulates specific sensors on your skin that then send signals to this network.
Okay.
It's kind of like giving it a gentle nudge to say, hey, it's time to wind down for the night?
Like a lullaby for your brain, but delivered through a patch.
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty wild.
It is.
Does it work, though?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question right there.
They do mention in the blog post
Yeah.
this study called the Harmony study.
The Harmony study.
Yeah, and it focused on adults who were having trouble sleeping.
Okay.
And they said that the people who used the REM Super Patch saw some pretty good results.
Like what?
Like a 50% reduction in the time it took them to fall asleep.
Really? So like half the time?
Yeah, like they were falling asleep twice as fast.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It is. And not only that, they slept longer.
Oh, wow.
About 25% longer.
Wow.
And 80% of the people reported good or very good sleep quality after using the patch.
Wow. Okay, so those are some good stats.
Yeah.
If that's true, that's pretty impressive.
It's pretty impressive.
But is that one study enough to like prove that it really works?
It's definitely a good start.
Okay.
But like with any new technology, more research is always needed to confirm the findings and see if there's any long-term effects.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So what else does this patch claim to do?
So besides better sleep, they say it can also help reduce fatigue,
Okay.
improve your mood, and it's much easier to use than other sleep solutions.
That's a big plus.
Right.
I mean, nobody wants to have to like wear a sleep mask or drink like tons of chamomile tea.
Yeah, nobody wants to do all that.
If you could just wear a patch, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
So, okay, we've covered a lot,
We have.
neural codes, vibro-tactile technology. This study It sounds pretty promising, but there's still a lot more to dig into.
Yeah, definitely. We haven't even gotten into how this company makes money and like what does this mean for the future of like health and wellness.
Yeah. Okay.
So listeners,
don't go anywhere.
we'll
We're going to be back in a flash to continue talking about this.
be right back.
Stay tuned.
Stay with us.
We'll be back.
I'll come back.
So we've been talking all about like the REM Super Patch and how it might help people sleep better. But in the blog post, they mentioned something about like becoming an associate.
Yeah, it seems like the company's using a multi-level marketing model or an MLM.
An MLM.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those of us who like don't really know what that is, can you explain how that works?
Sure. So in an MLM, individuals can become distributors of a product, kind of like, like independent business owners.
Right.
They earn commissions not just on their own sales, but on the sales of people that they recruit into the network.
Oh, so like you build a team.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
You build a team, you share the success.
Gotcha.
And that can be really appealing to people who are passionate about, health and wellness and want to share it with others.
Yeah.
It kind of creates that sense of community and support.
I can see that. Yeah. Like in the wellness world, people are often looking for guidance and connection.
Yeah.
So this model could actually create a really positive environment for that.
It definitely has that potential. And because MLMs rely on word-of-mouth marketing, they can reach a wider audience than traditional advertising would.
Oh, okay.
People are more likely to trust recommendations from their friends and family than some, random ad.
Right. Yeah. Like you trust your friends more than you trust like a commercial on TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like a built-in network of advocates.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And that can be a really powerful force for driving positive change.
Yeah. So it's not just about the money. It's also about like making a difference in people's lives.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. And this model could be really beneficial for making the super patches available to more people.
Right. Because like regular healthcare can be really expensive.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just can't afford it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So if more people can become associates and share the products, it can make the technology more affordable and accessible.
Right. It levels the playing field a little bit.
Okay.
And it empowers people to take control of their own health and wellness journey, no matter what their financial situation is.
Yeah, I really like that it's like making this technology available to everybody.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So we've talked about the science, the benefits, the business model.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what about the bigger picture? What are the long-term implications of this technology?
That's a really great question, and it's one that makes me really excited for the future.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, me too.
Like, imagine a
Yeah.
world where we can address so many health concerns with simple, non-invasive patches.
Patches for everything.
Yeah, like sleep issues, pain management, mood disorders, all tackled without having to rely on traditional medications.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's like something out of a sci-fi movie,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, so let's say, for argument's sake,
Okay.
that these super patches do become like super popular and they are as effective as they claim to
Yeah.
be.
Okay.
What kind of impact would that have on healthcare?
Well, first off, I think it would really reduce our reliance on pharmaceuticals, which can be expensive and have side effects.
Yeah, that would be huge.
It would also empower people to be more proactive about their health.
Instead of waiting until something's wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Instead of waiting until they're sick, people can use these patches to optimize their well-being and prevent health problems.
So it's like a shift from reactive healthcare to preventative healthcare.
Exactly.
Okay, that's cool.
And that would have a massive impact on healthcare costs and improve people's quality of life.
Yeah, it's a really interesting concept.
Yeah. And the potential applications go beyond just treating conditions that we know.
Oh, like what?
Well, imagine using these patches to enhance performance or boost cognitive function or even spark creativity.
Wow. Are we talking like superhuman abilities here?
Not quite superhumans,
Okay.
but maybe a future where we can reach our full potential in ways we never thought possible.
I like that. Yeah. But, we can't get too far ahead of ourselves.
Right.
This technology is still in its early stages.
Right. It's brand new.
We need to have scientific evidence,
Right. We need proof.
We need to be realistic about what we're expecting.
Right.
But it's still important to think about the possibilities and be excited about this innovation.
Yeah, for sure.
We need to find that balance between realistic expectations and, our hopes for the future.
Exactly.
And as with any emerging technology, it's super important to have conversations about the ethical implications.
Right.
And make sure that it's developed and used responsibly.
Yeah, I mean, it's really important that this technology is used to benefit everyone.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, this has been a really amazing conversation.
It has.
I'm super inspired.
I am too.
It's exciting to think about all the things that are possible with this technology.
Yeah, the future of health and wellness is really bright.
Yeah. All right, so listeners, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back to wrap up our deep dive into super patches, so stay tuned. Okay, so we're back and ready to wrap up our deep dive into super patches.
It's been a fascinating journey exploring this whole new world.
I know, right? I feel like we've barely scratched the surface.
I agree. There's still so much more to uncover as this technology develops.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are the key takeaways for our listeners?
Well, I think the biggest one is that super patches represent a truly innovative concept, and they have the potential to completely change how we approach our health and well-being.
Yeah, they're like a natural alternative to those traditional treatments.
Right, which is really appealing to a lot of people these days.
And the fact that they're designed to work with our body's own neural codes, I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's like they're giving our bodies a little boost, helping us tap into our own healing power.
I like that.
And while more research is definitely needed, the initial studies and the anecdotal evidence we've seen are really promising.
Like that Harmony study we talked about with the people falling asleep faster and sleeping better.
Yeah, exactly. It's really encouraging.
I mean, imagine what we'll discover as more research is done and the technology gets even better.
It's exciting to think about.
And the potential impact this could have, I mean, on healthcare, personal well-being, even on society as a whole.
Yeah, it's a total shift in how we think about health.
And this business model, the MLM model, is a great way to make this tech available to more people.
Yeah, it really is.
It's giving everyone a chance to experience the benefits.
Exactly, and it creates a sense of community, too.
So before we go, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about.
Okay, I'm listening.
Imagine a future where these personalized patches are just as common as, like, smartphones.
Wow.
You know, we can optimize our sleep, manage pain, even boost our mood, all with these tiny patches.
That would be incredible.
What would that mean for how we live and work and interact with each other?
It's hard to even imagine.
It's mind-blowing, right? It makes you wonder what we're truly capable of.
Absolutely.
So to our listeners out there, keep asking questions, stay curious, and never stop exploring.
The future is full of possibilities.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into super patches.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.